Hey y'all, welcome back to Black Coffee, Honey, and Grits. And I am Dr. Jamesia, the nurse practitioner extraordinaire. And I'm also your intermittent fasting and mindset coach, YouTube influencer, speaker, author, all the things. And I'm one third of Black Coffee, Honey, and Grits. And tonight we're going to talk about success on your own terms. What does that look like for you? I'm going to pass it on over to my ladies. Maisha, the mic is yours. Good evening.
Hello, good evening. Hello, everyone. My name is Maisha, and I am a sacred sexuality and sex magic teacher. Carmel.
Good evening, everyone. I am your coach, encouraging you to add more plants to your plate. I am a whole food, plant-based fitness and nutrition coach. And back over to you, Dr. Jamesia.
I feel left out.
Oh, I know, right?
Hey, there we go.
That's what's up. We all
Wait,
right.
I feel left out. Okay, go ahead. Now, we can go. I was like, wait a second.
I love it. I love it. Hey y'all. So yes, who are we? We are Black Coffee, Honey, and Grits. And ladies, we are the Black Coffee, our lips drip with honey. And sometimes we got a little bit of grit. We've got sass, class, and all that ass, y'all. And we are here tonight and we're talking about just real conversations. Real women having real conversations. And that's what we do here. And we're just going to start it off. The title says success on your own terms. And I think for us ladies, we pretty much define that in our own life. Some of us more than others. And I have to be honest. I think for me, when I look at the title and us as a group, I love it. I love it because there's so many variations of success. And there's so many variations within this one group, even though we have a core belief that's about the same. But when it comes to what we do in our lives and what we feel is success and successful, it's just different levels. And for me, I guess I was telling Carmel, y'all, right before we came on, I was like, I am looking to retire. And it's a little bit scary because I'm trying to see what that's going to feel like and look like without institutional place to go for a job every single day on the regular. And will I feel a sense of the success that I feel now? And I think I will. I'm just a little nervous about it. So I think for me in this moment, in this part of my life, success is going to come in different ways. I feel like I've been successful at whatever I've tried to do. But right now I'm really comfortable with my level of success. And now I'm like, okay, I'm done with that. We're about to do something totally different. So we'll see. I'm just going to pass it on over to you, Maisha, to let you talk a little bit about success on your own terms. What does that feel like? What does that look like for you?
It's so funny hearing you say that because I have never felt like I felt like going to work every day was not successful for me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I felt like it meant I couldn't create something on my own. And I find myself in this position where you are where you're heading into now. Like I'm totally flipped to the opposite way. So now I'm looking at, okay, well, what would it look like for me to just go back to work,
Mm-hmm.
and just do that, and then does that mean that I wasn't successful? Right?
Mm-hmm.
If I like, it's like if I was, I've had this business and I've worked, and if I decide that I'm going to go to work, does this mean that I failed and I wasn't successful at what I wanted to do? So I was really sitting with that. And so then I had to ask myself, what does success look like? And in this country in particular, success is often and always tied to money,
Mm-hmm.
or weight loss. And if I wasn't, it is. And if I wasn't doing one of those two things, did it mean I wasn't, like, if I had personal, like, people don't look at personal growth and go, that's successful.
Mhm.
So I really had to look at what that meant for me, so that there wasn't this, oh man, you just failed at life if this is what you're going to do. It's like, no, there's so many areas in which I feel very successful, that I've grown in, that I'm so grateful for. And now it's like, all right, let me look at what it feels like to pivot back into this area again full
Mhm.
time, and see if I can bring the success I've had personally
Mhm.
over the past 5 years into an area that I before didn't want to enter into on a 365 basis. So that, to me, I am building success on my own terms. I'm not defining it by what anyone else defines it by. I'm looking at, how have I grown as a person, as a woman? Where am I at in my life? What are the lessons that I've learned? How am I moving forward? What are the decisions that I'm making? And recognizing that everyone achieves a level of success in different areas of life. And so while I've achieved success in A, B, or C areas, now it's time for me to achieve success in D, E, F areas. And that may require a shift.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with it right now.
You know, and let me say this. Black and brown women, you're successful regardless. We have lasted in this environment successfully, period.
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
want to say to you and Carmel, especially, I'm so proud of y'all. You have your own businesses. You're doing your own thing. That is commendable. You're creating your own wealth on your own terms, not worrying about anybody. I mean, not that you don't worry about anyone, but you have set your life up the way you want to. That is so commendable, to be able to chart your own way. And I think for business owners, women, Black businesses, we don't tell each other that enough. So I'm saying I'm very proud of both of you.
Thank
And to
you.
keep doing it every day, getting up every day and doing it, right? And even though, I mean, I be fake doing business, y'all. I be just, I mean, hey, I'm gonna just tell you what it is. I'm very successful at getting up and punching the clock and doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm successful at that. And if I get another job, I'll be successful at that and that and that and that. Okay. But leaning, and I have in the past leaned on my own. I'm not saying that, y'all. I have for many, many years. I got to the point where I was just like, oh God, I'm exhausted. I need to do something different. And still have a level of something coming in on a regular basis different. It just had to be different. And that was that has been a level of success for me. So I just wanted to say that. Carmel?
Thank you. And just real quick, that is exactly where I am. But I won't talk about it all right now, but that I'm tired. So anyway, go on.
It's not easy.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I commend. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It is not easy, but it's amazing to watch. Just so you know.
I'm ready to watch others. I'm gonna watch Carmel. Go ahead, Carmel. Watch Carmel. Carmel owns her own business. I mean, we talk about CFIT coaching, but she owns her own business anyway.
Another business, yeah.
Right.
And so I'm tired of the business that I own, because I'm so excited and passionate about my CFIT coaching, right? But I remember, so I was part of a multi-level marketing group in my early 30s. And here I thought that this thing was going to retire me, right? They sell you on that. Like, this is going to retire me. I'm going to be this amazing executive. I'm going to have my own staff and have people working, and I'm just going to be like, right? Yeah. And I remember in one of the videos that we would watch and we would present whenever we would present the opportunity to people, it showed a man, like we were really kind of like in the technology, because technology is moving so fast and you want to get in and get paid residual income on people's cell phone bills and satellite bills, etc. And they showed this picture of a man. So what is the next, decade look like for you? Are you going to be opening up a business? And they showed this man getting to the front of his brick and mortar, which I own a brick and mortar, and lifting up the gate, and at night he's closing the gate, and it looks so sad to me. That was the depiction of, oh gosh, that's what you're living? I'm going to be on the phone, and I'm going to be on the internet, and I'm going to be making my money as I sleep. And so, and I look and I'm like, the other day I kind of said, wow, I'm that dude that was opening up his brick and mortar. But I didn't feel sad like that image depicted, like what they were trying to show. And yes, there's a certain level of success that I feel in the fact that I've been able to establish and own and continue to operate and maintain this business. But there's also a certain sense of defeat. Like, I'm like, damn, if I stayed working for somebody, I wouldn't have to get up and go open. I wouldn't have to make certain choices. I wouldn't have to make sure that my staff was paid. I wouldn't have to make sure that the light was paid and the rent is paid. I wouldn't have to think about all of those things. All I could do is be really good at punching a clock, right? And so there's that part too. And then, and then I start and I stop and I think, Carmel, you own a whole business. And over the years, I've staffed only women of color. And it wasn't because I said, I'm going to own a business and just staff women of color. It was something that happened, but it's something that I am so incredibly proud of. Yes. And now I feel almost stuck because now I want to move on, but I'm kind of married. Like there's this ball and chain. I'm married to this business. So there are certain levels of success and success on my own terms. It continues to change, right? Because at one point when I was younger, success to me was maybe having a really good job and a family, husband included. That was success. And then when that wasn't happening, success was, I'm going to own my own business and drive a Mercedes. I own my own business, not driving Mercedes, still driving my Honda. I'm just still rocking with the Honda. Well, with that. And then like now success is for me to be able to conduct business with people out of state and maybe even other parts of the country and really and being on stage. That's part of it. Being on stage and speaking to people about health and nutrition and maybe even becoming a certified dietitian, nutritionist, things like that. And releasing my brick and mortar. And that to me is success. And then in another 2 years, success might look different. So success on my own terms means allowing myself the room and ability to grow.
Yes.
To learn about me and to learn about how I can be of service to other people. And that's success on my own terms.
Yeah. Oh, love that. Greetings. Great topic. Congratulations to you, queens, and moving in your purpose and shifting in areas tangible and intangibles while moving through this thing we called life. Men and women alike, as your children, peers, or family may be inspired as a byproduct from your examples. I give thanks. Thank you. Is that my sensei? That sounds like Thomas talking. Let me go see who it is.
What happens, you guys? We don't know exactly who this is, but thank you for that comment. That was a beautiful comment. Facebook is showing you as a Facebook user. So we see who you are, but thank you so much. I was looking at my options here in the next couple of years.
I knew who that was. Yeah, so I said, that's Thomas. I know him when I hear him speak.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes. So my next phase, and Carmel, I had my own insurance brokerage for several years, and it was the taking care of home, taking care of employees, taking care of my home, electricity, phone bill, everything, then turning around payroll, electricity, phone at the office, invoices, inventory, connecting with other insurance companies in order to get a contract with them. Just all of those things and by myself. Just I was always working. I was at work from sun up to sundown, and I just got beat up, and things happened in the market, and I started losing a lot of money. And I said, you know what? There's got to be another way. And so now, after all of that, that was in the late 90s. After all of that, I, of course, y'all know I decided to go to school and do something different and work, you know, at a hospital and all that. But now into retirement, I'm going to work 4 days a week, 4 days a month in retirement. And that's going to be my life. And I'm going to make it work.
It's so interesting to me how you're trying to figure out how to do that. I'm like, that's all I want to do.
Yeah.
I know exactly how I would spend all of my time in my days, like 4 days a month.
Mm-hmm. 4 days a month. Yeah.
But I was, as you both were speaking, and one of the things that has helped me was signing up to work with my business coach. One of the best decisions that I ever made, to show me, because I had not yet ever worked with someone who really focused on business.
Mm-hmm.
I'd learned a lot in my craft. I'd taken courses and study and like continuing education. But when it came to the business part of it, I had a teacher who infused some of that in, but not really the nuts and bolts like I learned over this past year. And I was like, I don't think so. I don't think so. And so now success to me is, I was thinking about what Carmel thought. I mean, when I was younger, success to me looked like living in Greenwich Village. That's what I wanted to do. Right. There was no kids, there was no husband. That was not success for me. Okay. that was prison. So then I went on and went to prison, and then was released. And now the children are older. And I'm like, okay. And I've had to ask myself now at 51, what does success look like for me? Because there's still this focus on six figures. And I'm like, it's not that I don't want it, but is that what I want? Like, what do I want? And asking myself that question, because I have arranged my life exactly how I wanted to, with great sacrifice, but my life is exactly how I've wanted it to be. So now it's not going to be how I want it to be in order to create more financial stability for myself, right? And create more of a nest egg as I get older. So when I think about what success looks like for me, I know it seems so cliche, and it's like, but it looks like peace. Like I don't think it has a dollar amount attached to it, because I know how to work with anything from 0 to 6 figures. I really do. I know how to make it work. Like that's the skill I think we as Black women have. But it really just looks like getting up in the morning and being excited about whatever it is that I'm doing. That if I have that, then I'll feel successful, whatever it looks like I'm doing. I don't know what that's going to look like. I have an idea, but I don't know yet. So that's it.
I love that. I love the peace. I love you being excited about waking up and seeing what's in store for your day. As far as I gotta tell you, like sometimes I wake up and I'm excited to do what comes for the day, but like not excited to go into the office. It's like, oh, it's gonna have to happen there, because I almost feel like I'm in prison there too, because now the phones are ringing and things like that. But when I get to interact with, believe it or not, like even the things that I say about this job, it's a service industry. I'm still serving people. When I get on the phone with people are like, oh, you were referred to me by so-and-so, and this is my problem. And I punch their address in and I see that they can help. That actually gives me a lot of life. It really does. And there's something about being in service to other people and being able to use my skill and my knowledge to help somebody else, give them some type of relief. Yeah, that's success to me too. So yeah, so it depends, and it's also knowing that you've made certain decisions that landed you in a certain spot in your life, and now aligning yourself with it, and so that we're not those disgruntled people who end up at a job that's like, oh, I can't wait to retire, or don't want to help anybody, wear this kind of like on their face all day, but just kind of like you know what? I'd rather be coaching somebody with their nutrition than helping somebody get their permits. But I'm here. And if I can help somebody get their permits, my day is good. And so I feel like I have that balance, which I'm really grateful for, because it could have really been a sour direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
And
I
that's,
love that.
yeah, I love that too. And that's the key though. Really defining it, what works for you, and charting your own course, doing what you need to do to get what you want. And like Maisha said, what do I want? What do I want? And that is the question. If we can answer that, we really could tailor it however we want to. And I know I just want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. That's where I'm at. And and working 4 days a month is going to do that for me, and I'm going to be all right. So,
Yeah. Well, I love that. It's so interesting how lessons are different for everyone. I have lived my life that way for the majority of my life. And so the lesson for me now has been, sometimes you don't get to do that. Right. Which was the very opposite for you, where you've been doing that. And now the lesson for you is now you actually do get to do whatever it is like you get to do that. And you're like, what do I do with that? Like whatever I want, like get up when I want, like what? And I'm over here like, yeah, now I got to get up at a certain time. What? I gotta have this structure. Yeah. But it just goes to show how that's kind of how life is, that we just have different lessons at different times. And so I've mastered the art of doing whatever I want to do when I want to do it. Now I need to master the art of being dedicated to something specific and having more structure in my life, which peeves me to no end. It just does, but that's how lessons work, right? It's not the things that we want to do, but that's where the growth comes in. So I'm here for the ride now. Maybe I'm a little bit more settled.
Yeah,
that's a good point. That's a good point. The more settled. So I'm here for it. Whatever happens, you're at a good place where you could receive the lessons, where you could receive.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel boring at this stage, right? Before I would have been bored. It doesn't feel like it's boring now. Now I can find excitement in the mundane.
Yeah. So good.
So my daughter, we were exchanging quotes, right? And just chit chatting back and forth, as we do. And I came across a quote while I was doing some of the training that I've been doing in order to transition, right? And I was like, oh, this is a lot. And the quote that I came across it said something like, the magic that you're looking for is in the hard work that you're avoiding. And then she said, which meant to me, the quote that rung with me that I said to her was that we think things happen overnight, but they really don't. There's hard work behind it. And then boom, it's magical.
Yeah.
Which is what I know that has happened for me, right? Yeah. And her quote to me was, the same boiling water that makes an egg hard makes a potato soft.
Oh, that's perfect for you.
I was like, okay, sis.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is perfect for you.
It's how you look at it. It's how you look at life, how you look at challenges, how you look at anything. You let your environment dictate how you move around. So I just love that we are doing our own thing the way we're doing it, and it's all successful. It just depends on how you look at it, right?
That's right. Like you said, as long as we're alive, And
Yeah.
as much as we've
And
been
shout out
through,
to everybody out there who is redefining success on your own terms. Shout out to all of you
yeah.
who are doing it, making it happen, seeking alignment, seeking to be better, making sure that you wake up and you're excited about your day. And if you're not excited today, to put things in place so that you're excited about it tomorrow, and just seeking peace and happiness and finding peace and happiness in the mundane. So shout out to all of you.
Yes. I think we probably can end it there.
Yeah,
Hey,
and happy Veterans Day to Dr. Jamesia and everyone else out there.
thank you. Happy Veterans Day, everybody that
Mhm.
served. Thank you so much. And I appreciate the shout out. You guys, this has been amazingly fun. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. It's been great chatting. We'll see you Wednesday. Bye, y'all.
Bye.